Hey guys, welcome to Bunny Data and the WeLikeDota Community Night. The event has started. So we're doing a Captain's Mode game tonight. Got a lot of the regular crew in the room. It's Pretty Bunnies, Crimson, Retina Burn. That might be an alias, but if not, welcome. Iraq, Tugs McBoat. They are on the dire side, flying the Noobs Ass Noobs team flag. On the other side of the battlefield, we have Diddy Mitch, Happy Dude 69, Baba Ganoush, Dwarf SC, and Captain Trips. Welcome. If you guys would like to join in on one of the We Like Dota community nights, you have a limited amount of time before the We Like Dota League kicks off.
10 seconds to go.
But please do join us where we play Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the start. Open up new lobbies as the night progresses and as games end, until a little bit before midnight Eastern Standard Time. For details, check out WeLikeDota.reddit.com. And while you're at it, check out the podcast if you're not already a listener. Easily searchable on iTunes at We Like Dota, all one word. As far as the We Like Dota League goes, organizationally, we are ramping up. It's going to take a little bit of time before we get all of our ducks in a row. Announcements will be on the Reddit as well, so yeah, get on there early and follow along so that you can be at the front of the line for these team signups here.
Radiant's pick.
So, big ult support picks for the first ones. Pretty standard. Witch Doctor, I think, is one of the most flexible first picks you can have. Not only because he's a support, but because he works in so many different lineups.
5 seconds. Reserve time.
Crystal Maiden's been enjoying a lot of popularity lately. I think for a variety of reasons. She received a lot of little buffs. Well, some people would call them not so little. But across many of her skills, I still kind of wish she wasn't so slow to start. Her base movement speed is still slower than wolves of something, something, something. But she is much improved.
Dyer's pick.
So, relatively early Shadow Fiend pickup. Almost always played as a mid. He has one of the lowest base damages in the game, if not the lowest. So he really needs those early levels so that he can contribute. Picking up a lot of souls is really important for him to have any sort of right click. In the early game, he counts on his raises, the Shadow Raise, in order to both farm and dish some damage. And then we'll look for him to probably combo into something that gives him the ability to Requiem on top of enemies. He needs some kind of setup in order to get that Requiem off to full capacity. But, you know, maybe they'll pick up a teammate who can combo into it. Something with a long stun or a sleep or something. That definitely helps. If that's the case, he'll go like Phase Boots so that he can move through them. Or Shadow Blade, something. But barring that, Yule's is a good initiation option. Like I said, Shadow Blade works well. As long as they stand relatively still.
Seconds to go. 5
I think most people would agree that the way to counter a Shadow Fiend is to gank mid.
Dyer's ban.
Crystal Maiden's probably a really good roaming gank.
Radiant's ban.
To rotate to mid to support some sort of pressure on mid.
Radiant's pick.
I haven't found a whole lot of success with Phantom Lancer myself yet, but I understand he's a lot stronger than it was in the last patch. Just for a heads up, we are not playing in the new Dota 2 Reborn patch for this particular game. The patch just dropped today. Would have considered it, but it's so brand new. I just barely downloaded it before we launched Community Night tonight, and haven't had a chance to check it out. And I've heard that people have been experiencing a few bugs, a few crashes. So we're going to stay off of that until maybe they patch it a few times, get some stability on that thing, and maybe we'll take it into next week's. If we do, I will post an update on the Reddit and keep you guys all informed as to what we plan to do at least a day or two before, so that people have time to patch if they haven't already.
10 seconds to go.
Is it considered a patch? It's kind of a download update,
5 seconds.
optional download update since it's still technically beta. I don't think that's really what we'd call a patch.
Reserve
I could be
time.
mistaken. I'm sure somebody will let me know. So an interesting Spirit Breaker pickup. Maybe a counter to the PL.
Radiant's pick.
Sven stands ready.
I don't know how
Dyer's
his Charge of
pick.
Darkness interacts with PL when he does his doppelganger. If I were to guess on the interaction, I think that Spirit Breaker would charge a or rather the doppelganger would throw it to a random clone and or Phantom Lancer, but I don't know how that
10
works.
seconds to go. 5 seconds.
I thought maybe they'd do a death cab, but Sven
Radiant's ban.
is gonna be their carry most likely. Big stun option, unless that's a support Sven. I don't think so though. I think they need the damage. It looks like they're gonna go a TA versus the Shadow Fiend. Interesting
10
Slardar
seconds
pickup.
to go.
I wonder why they went Slardar.
5 seconds.
Definitely a tank.
Reserve time.
Most effective against heroes that go invisible. Maybe they wanted his amplified damage against the Shadow Fiend? I don't know. Oh. Well, I'm sure they'll show me. Any game where they have a space cow, it's going to be really important to get good vision and make it stick. So yeah, and that's your job.
Dyer's
Get those
ban.
ops wards up.
Ten seconds to go. 5 seconds. Radiant's pick.
Venomancer.
Dyer's pick.
So a relatively quick Venomancer pickup. Looks like that's going to give them some push options. It looks like they don't want this game to go super late, which is reasonable against the PL and the Slardar and the TA. That is a lot of late game power. The late game on this side is no slouch either between Sven and Shadow Fiend, but
10 seconds to go.
it makes sense that
5
they're going to try to
seconds,
push
5
this.
seconds.
I think one of the keys to
Reserve
team comp in
time,
Dota
10 seconds to
is
go.
definitely recognizing when you're the
Lyle.
aggro or when you're the defense going for a long game. And that Veno pick definitely shows that the Radiant side here knows that they're going to be on the aggro, even though they've got the Shadow Fiend that could go into late game, even though they've got Sven that could go into late game. It's to their best advantage to take the game as early as possible.
Place
Okay,
is
so
everything.
Dwarvis C is on Shadow Fiend. Baba Ganoush is on the Spear Breaker. Nice set. Happy Dude 69 on Witch Doctor. Diddy Mitch is on Sven. Also a nice set. Look at all this glowy stuff. You silly compendium orders. Captain Trips is on Venomancer. On the Dire side, already drawing on the map, Retina Burn is on CM. Pretty Bunny's on the Phantom Lancer. Hugs McBoat on TA. Crimson is on the Slardar. And Iraq is on Lion. Looks like there's going to be a bit of a fight at top rune. 3 players from each side massing, maybe 4. Radiant might have been looking to get an
30
early
seconds to
kill by
showtime.
concentrating on the top rune and ignoring the bottom rune. But with the power of... And it looks like, actually, Dire might have been thinking the same thing because we've got 4 of them moving to top. This could be a huge team fight right here. I'm going to zoom out so you can see the positioning. 3 of them are visible on the low ground. They are clustered on the high ground. They were looking for a fight. They can see these 2 for sure. I don't think they can see the PL yet. They're probably looking to jump in and pick off. They've already called their target, I'm sure. They were probably looking for the Lion, but the Lion backed out. Now TA's in a tough spot. They get nuked down really fast against the whole team. They did decide to rotate in the 5. They needed the extra power in order to get the early kill, and it pays off. Well played. And a fast buyback from TA. The buyback doesn't punish you as much anymore as it used to. You do have the ability to gain some gold. I think it's reduced now. I don't remember the exact percentages. Go to math. Not my forte. Did some last hits up here. It was pretty important for the TA to get back into the fight quickly so that she could at least deny the experience from the Shadow Fiend and deny the last hit potential as best she can. Because letting him free farm while she sits out for a while and then comes in is actually pretty bad. Against the Shadow Fiend especially. Solo EXP, solo mid lane, uncontested would be terrible.
Better it be no one's.
And Lion just got a Sven. Interesting. Ooh. And they're going to trade 1 for 1. Power taking down the Slardar. Missed the early action where the Lion got the Sven. Must have been off of a stun combination. I guess as it was a crush dive and earth what? Earth split? Earth spike. Yes. Names, words. Now Sven in trouble again. Slardar taking him down. His Slithering Crush in combination with his sprint actually gives him a bit of mobility.
Radiant's
Good amount of
bottom
reach.
tower
PL
in
going deep
sight
against
right
the
now.
Spear Breaker, but Spear Breaker able to back out.
Fortified their structures.
So despite the early loss of a TA at mid, they are actually doing fine on this last hit chart. They've got 3 of the top 4. Shadow Fiend playing some harass into the TA. Definitely what you want to do with the raises. Witch Doctor and Sven now playing careful. They know they're underleveled. They did spot out the Lion. suspecting that they were going for it. That was a prescient stun into healing. Just making sure that they definitely cannot be gotten by the Lion and Slardar. Run, Courier, run. Got some pings atop here. They're looking at the Spirit Breaker. A little bit of a one-on-one face-off. PL will not go in further. There's a bit of a potion to heal. Diana's lane partner is pretty great right now. She offers a lot of slow and a lot of stun. Even at low levels, even going 1-1-1, she's offering a lot of threat potential. When you know that she can jump in from the woods and stun and slow you, that actually lowers your effective life pool by quite a bit when you're laning against her. And here's the upside for Sven and Witch Doctor. Played well, they actually have a lot of sustain with each other. Looking at these pings at top. Looks like this TA is going to go against the Space Cow. Venomancer there to back him up. Space Cow won't win this fight though. He's going to have to get out if he doesn't want to trade. TA is doing a lot of, oh no, I was mistaken. Good job. TA was doing a lot of animation canceling, which was giving her a lot of extra attacks. That was good technique, good micro. Not enough to force a 1v1 trade. Or 2v1. Well, 1-for-1 trade, I should say. 2v1, 1-for-1, sure. Words. Very difficult, what can I say? So Crystal Maiden does ping out the DD rune. This is a tough position for the Slardar to be in. Probably heal. Is he thinking about possibly buying a TP scroll and getting out? I'm not sure. He's just standing waiting. Did get spotted and pinged. They know his life total's low. Nope. He's just gonna return to normal laning. Alright then. And that was a DD on the TA. Shadow Fiend is going for the 6-minute rune at top. Bottles of regen. And now they'll be looking for a gank on the TA. The TA is going deep though. She knows she's got the DD in pocket. Or rather activated. And she did not know she was fighting against the 2 again. Throws down an escape trap. No, offensive trap there. Gonna go for slow. Gonna try to hunt down that Venomancer. Calls for some help, but nobody else is in position, so she has to turn around and face the Shadow Fiend, otherwise she's going to get cut off and have to trade in a bad way. Does take out Shadow Fiend, and with her refraction up, calling her courier deep into enemy territory. Doesn't even care. Able to take down the 2. So that was quite a significant turnaround for the TA. Really needed that. That puts her back on the map. You can see her XP per minute is now at 420. And her net worth, I'm sure, is also up there. Yep, number 2. Top of the team, falling only behind the Sven. And even the Sven is very close. Good on Sven, though. That tells me he's been last hitting pretty well.
Mid-tower's having technical difficulties.
They do have dust, so that they can find the correct Phantom Lancer when he goes and does things like that. In the meantime, we've got CM doing a little pulling. They do spy out the Slardar at the bottom lane. Looking for a gank. The Sven's getting a little low. They're probably looking for him. They're not going to find him off of that big... oof. Oof. That's stun. Leaves Slardar without a target. Might be a bit of a fight here. No, CM just dangerous warding and getting back out. Now they're probably going to look to gank the TA. Here comes the charge. Charge going in on bottom. Chasing the Slardar. Slardar's sprinting away. He's going to go for the rune. Yep, goes for the rune. Cuts back to the right. Going for the help of the Lion. But here comes Sven. Looking to assist. They're going to turn around on Sven and try to knock him down. But there's still that active charge coming in. They do get a late hit from the Lion. Following Sven for the last. So trade 1-for-1. And here comes CM and Lion now with the combo. Stun and slow, but Spirit Breaker able to walk away. He is kind of tanky. He does have his treads, helps a lot.
Missing top.
Yeah, last hits are going.
Radiant's top tower's hurting.
Endurance run.
And as Phantom Lancer does, he is fielding his Illusion Army, rather, and going after this tower.
Toughened up their structures. Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
He's still just on Treads and Stout Shield. And he's got his Blade. Probably going to Fusel next. There was a charge, but cancelled by the Spirit Breaker. Didn't want to go in against the two. Spotted the CM. But now he's going to have to charge back out in a second. There it goes. Chosen a target. It is mid. TA at mid. Retreating back behind tower, so that's a cancelled charge again.
Mid tower's coming apart. Radiant's top tower's in bad shape.
And now PL, supported by the CM, looking to take down this top tower. It'll fall pretty quickly.
One last top tower for the Radiant.
And this is the new thing about this Phantom Lancer kit, is that he actually has a lot of quick reach on his, here's a counter charge.
Mid tower could use a little help.
Here comes the ult. CM with her ult as well. Be able to force a trade. But that's going to be a 2-for-1. Oh my, look at this though. Got 4 of the Dire heroes down. 2 of the Radiant. That was a 4-for-2 trade. Must have been some more action that was off screen for me. So overall, losing a tower as well, that kind of makes that trade a little bit more even. I don't know, what is that? 2 heroes and Radiant Tier 1 tower for 4 of the enemy heroes? I don't know. I guess that's about even so long as you can't actually take advantage of the 4 heroes being down to get any sort of map advantage. Radiant is masked at mid. EL's going for it a little bit here. He does have that Spirit Lance at level 4 and the Doppelganger at level 2. Comes a charge.
Do not stand against us.
Shadow Fiend falls. Able to dive him under tower. Get level 1 Plague Wards. So we'll look for this Venomancer to start pushing towers soon. TA invading the jungle. Looking for a kill bottom. Going in. Diving into the tower, does not care. Here comes Slardar for the backup, but Witch Doctor's ult means that's going to be a tough time. Gets stunned back. There's a charge on the Slardar, though. He may not know it. In fact, probably doesn't know it. He's taking a tower hit. Running back, but that Spirit Breaker's got to be close. Here it comes through the jungle. And Witch Doctor in a bad spot, but at least they'll get the trade. Spirit Breaker on the run. Here he goes. Cool animation. He definitely has these, and IO apparently needs a second, which is interesting. He's got that new, I think that's one of the Immortal Cache items that makes him glow black when he's charging, which is pretty cool. Interesting. We're paused so that Pretty Bunnies can show his colleague in India how to boot a Linux server into run level 1. Okay. I have not run a Linux server in forever. But, good then. I haven't run one since college. And, yeah, you guys may not know this, but I'm pretty old, so that was a long time ago. Here we go. We're back in the game.
Don't fret. Your worries are over.
PPL TP'd mid. Gonna look to defend the tower, most likely. Or that are looking for a gank on the Shadow Fiend. I guess it's a gank attempt. There's the Hex early, and the Earth Spike follow-up. Finger, and he's going to Requiem. And, follow up with more Rays afterward with his death. Don't think that Requiem right there was the right call, but I'm sure hindsight is 2020. It just has such a long pre-cast animation. Is that what you call it? But there's such a long delay, cast delay. Regardless, such a long delay before it actually goes off. It's actually quite frustrating if you don't have some sort of setup to it. And whenever you're in a defensive position, I think it's better to run or raise, or any combination of that, than try to channel a Requiem. Anyway, with that, Dire take a tier 1 mid. So, map is relatively even. Looks like there's a bit of a fight here. Looking to hit the Venomancer. Venomancer eats a Hex into an Earth Spike. The Lion has so much disable on one body. Ben's on the run. And, yeah, he's gonna fall to the team. Team's very effective at 4-manning here. Between the Lion and the Crystal Maiden, they have a lot of stun potential. And an extra slow from the TA too when she's involved. Plus the damage necessary between, you know, the rest of the team. They actually knock down targets pretty darn fast.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's
Deep
bottom
courier.
tower.
That rotation taking them into a tier 1 at bottom, which is actually significant. They should be able to get this here. I don't think there's any way for Radiant to defend it. That's going to be a tower. They're 5-manning right now, which means the other lanes probably are looking to push, but didn't get to the mid lane fast enough, so weren't able to apply much pressure. And fast TPs will mean a good response. Spirit Breaker's going for the tower at top, but he's not going to really get it. Illusion Rune is at bottom, so they picked up Bounty Rune. And they're going to try to cut off his escape. Slithering Crush coming in. Spirit Breaker will charge out. Let's see where his charge is going. Is it going mid? No, he cancelled. Cancelled so he could walk away. So good escape. Good charge to escape.
Dire's top tower,
PL on the run at bottom. If anybody can run away though, it's PL. And a bit of a wasted ult. He was looking for it, just hoping, but I think that was a little bit too wishful. Maybe? Is that the word I'm looking for? That works. Point being, PL able to slip away. Airbreaker once again charging out, and that charge is... Where'd that go? Middle creep? No. Did he charge all the way to bottom? Yeah, I think he was just looking for an escape. Okay. And that's going to be an effective escape. Got a bottled regen on the TA.
Dire's bottom tower.
And they're going to try to push this bottom. Spirit Breaker's on the run. Gonna get caught by the PL here. PL is so fast. The way that he dives in on a target is just kind of ridiculous now. Because
That's four in a row.
gonna be the kill. And with that, he should come back, or should be able to come back rather, and push bottom. Really extending the reach. It's a peculiar thing, but the bottom tier 1 on Radiant is, I think, more important than the top tier 1 on Radiant. Opens up a lot of the jungle here, and you can see that they're not afraid to cut through the jungle at will on the Dire side. We have an attempt on Roche. TA's going in against him. He's doing this meld attack thing. As she does. Lardar on the run, and he's gonna make it out. Then just killed by a neutral creep. Okay then. And here's the PL pushing bottom.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower.
Solo push, but he's a one-man army. And he's gonna fade back. TPing to mid. Applying pressure all over the map, that's kind of his game. It's so hard to nail him down, too.
The Dire took down old Roche.
With a little assistance from the Lion, the EA is able to pick up an Aegis. So that's going to further the push potential. Got a stacked Ancient here, but honestly, coordination from Dire side right now is, I think, having its effect. That was a good ultimate from the Spirit Breaker. Choosing the correct target. DM actually applied a lot of damage with that ult as well, but now everybody's low. It's going to be quite the little fight here. See who falls. Shadow Fiend's on the run, trying to get back before he gets hit, but there's a TA stun. And oh wow, great walk in and stun from the Lion, even though he's a little low. Requiem goes off. A lot of damage, and now Slardar and Lion can't fight. It's 2v2, but here's an Aegis bringing back the TA. And TA's back in the fight at full strength, which means that it's actually pretty equal right now. TA will have an opportunity to push. Venom and Shadow Fiend are down. Actually, I guess it was equal except for the TA, so TA's... yeah, and Slardar's gonna stick around. He does have Armlet. Armlet makes a low health hero actually relatively scary because he can Armlet toggle so much. It's not as if he's a completely low hero.
Invisibility.
X into Earth Spike. Looking for the Shadow Fiend, Slardar back him up. and a good gank. A little bit of a stun. Uh-oh. Counter charge. Does mean they make it a trade. Lion to Shadow Fiend. Here comes Dust. And TA is dusted and under Death Ward, which will spell her demise. Well played. That is one thing. Stopping her from melding is pretty critical. That was a good dust carry. Good regen pickup for Slaughter. He needed that. And with that, he and CM will look to defend at the tier 2 most likely.
Radiant's top tower's in bad shape. Guess what's happening to Dire's bottom tower? Dire just couldn't
Charge
save
redirected.
that bottom tower.
And he's gonna walk top. Shadow Fiend now looking to push out the top lane and farm that out, while PL looks to do the same at bottom. And the rest of the teams are sort of sitting mid. Radiant are going to spread out. Here's Sven on the Ancient Stack. Should be able to get a nice influx of gold and experience here.
The Dire might want to mine that top tower. Dire's lost the top tower.
Everybody's relatively equal levels except for the mids, which are leading by a level or two. So it's still anyone's game, really. 18 kills Dire, or Radiant rather, to 21 kills on the Dire side. Fairly even. Net worth chart, relatively even. Right now, the only thing that's a little uneven is map control.
Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now.
And I think that advantage goes to the Dire, just in that they're able to... Oh, and good, what was that? A doppelwalk? Doppelganger? Doppelganger. To escape the ult of the Spirit Breaker. And he's gonna fall. The entire team chasing him was a little bit too much for him to get away from. But the Dire side is not letting up the pressure.
Radiant's top tower's hurting.
Even with the PL falling in the bottom lane, they're taking advantage of that time to push the top lane, so... And moving as 4,
Radiant's top tower.
that actually worked out really well for them.
The Radiant lost the top tower.
I think in this game, the PL is actually providing much the same effect that a Brood Mother would, which is kind of a distraction. Now Spirit Breaker in a tough position. He's going to charge. Charge to escape. And that was a good time to charge because TA was coming in. There's a slow trap. Thunder slow. On Armlet. TA is going to go for it and is able to knock him down before he gets away under the safety tower.
But it hides from the unworthy.
The coordination and the movements from the Dire side are actually rather impressive. They always seem to be at a numbers advantage when they fight. Except for PL, who's trying to do the split push thing, but... Yeah, he's on the run, but he caught a stun. And Slardar's too low to really do anything to save him, so Slardar's gonna get out. And that was a good way to doppelganger out of that one.
Radiant's bottom tower seen better days.
Runs to high ground to get out, and they're not going to chase him past the river, so works out well. The rest of the team floods in to see if they can either distract or pick off a kill. And we do have a charge that's coming in on the TA. See if that goes through, if they're going to cancel. Comes. He's still going. Knocks a Lion on the way in. And Lion's going to fall to the rest of the Radiant team. Good coordination. So they show they do have some power to fight when they are in a group. Slardar on the run. I think he was under a speed boost, but he's also going to fall to the team. And now here's a Death Ward. And Requiem doesn't connect, but PL in a bad spot anyway. Looks like they're going to look to push this tower now that they've got the 5v1 advantage. And nothing TA can do to defend it. So definitely, you know, where I was saying it's anybody's game, the Radiant are eager to prove it. They're going to open up quite a map with the first tier 2 mid tower take. Radiant are splitting up to farm now.
Illusion.
Double damage.
And there's that Hex and Earth Spike again, enabling them to push down the damage enough to kill the Shadow Fiend. Rush does not connect against the Spirit Breaker. Does have the amplified damage on him. Spirit Breaker's walking back into an ambush though. Crystal Maiden able to apply the stun and slow. And there comes the crush. And with that, doesn't have Armlet on though. Crystal Maiden ulting, but not doing anything to the Sven who popped his BKB. And Sven proving a strong counter for the PL. With it, he's able to AoE blast with his cleave, and his Stormhammer able to AoE stun is actually quite effective against the PL. They're going to look to break high ground here, Lion and TA in combination, but it's going to be a tough fight. Uphill always is. I like the application of Blink Dagger on the TA this game. He's definitely been using it to great effect, both for escape and initiation. Roche is back up and TA knows it. Looks like they're going to want this Aegis to push high ground. Not a bad call. Okay then. Lion killed by Roche, but better that than being killed by the Shadow Fiend, that's for sure. Sitting right above the Roche pit, looking to see if he wants to go in. Everybody's going to fight over this one, I think. No. Rest of Dire's not going to come in, and Radiant are going to secure the last and most important half of the Roche. Dropping a ring to grab it, but important to get out. Get it going, get it fast.
Invisibility.
Then has the Aegis. EA in a tough spot. Does get cut down by the team. Dire are looking to fight here, but I think they're probably going to take this fight at high ground. Mardar's threatening to come in, but I don't think they want that fight just there. He's going to have to circle all the way around. In the meantime, they're going to push high ground with this Aegis on the Sven. There's a long-range finger from Lion. Harassing move. Death Ward comes down. Got a BKB on the Sven. Sven's a little low, but remember he has the Aegis. Thunder amplified damage, but won't really matter too much. There goes the mech. Gonna sustain their push to the high ground. Phantom Lancer trying desperately to hang on, but not enough. Will fall to the team. Aegis does go off. They prompt a glyph at a low health tower, but that's not really going to save them from losing racks here. We're still 5v2 now. PL and Lion, the only ones left to defend. But they have to play cage, otherwise they're just going to feed more kills in. Barracks are almost down. There was a TP in from Tugs. Coming in with a BKB on, looking to fight. PA's going for it. She's chasing down the Ven. Still on it. Still on it. And they are able to take both towers, or both racks. Trading the Spear Breaker, and now this Veno is juking around in the jungle. Trying to get some help from the team. Does throw in a Q to put some poison down, and along with the rest of the team's help, able to take down the TA. So trading 1 for 1 in that position actually worked out well. Even though he was low health and went back in, it was probably worth to take the TA. Whenever you're in a position like this and you lose a tower, you actually do need to ward right here. Putting it on the high ground right here is pretty key. At least they have the vision out on this. That'll help them to know when they're going to try to go after the chink in the armor and go into high ground more. At least from the bottom angle. In this particular case, the Radiant will probably rotate to a different lane though. From what I've seen, usually what happens next is they'll go after this tower. The top tier 2. Because at this point, Dire will be in a turtle mode. Although right now they're looking to push. TA's going for it. She's lining up her blades very well. Those side blades reach quite a long ways. And actually extend her range. She's kind of a short, like she's a ranged hero, but she's a short ranged hero until she gets her side blades up. And after that, the way that they bounce through, she actually has quite a lot of reach. You can see always fishing for the angles, always trying to hit multiples at once because they have that way. It's almost like a Windrunner shackle shot where you really need to line up the shots. Looks like this is going to be a big fight at top. We've got these guys sitting in the trees. PA's in. There's a Poison Nova. There's the mech that goes off. And big ult from the Crystal Maiden. Does quite a lot of damage to the team. But not enough to bring them down. The turnaround being too significant. All 5 heroes on the Dire side are down. And there's a well-played call. Good sportsmanship, guys. Radiant side are going to take this advantage, take their 4 live heroes and push top, and probably take that tier 2. After that, they'll rotate. Actually, they'll probably continue to push through and see, like, they've got another 30 seconds. After this tower, they'll probably see if they can break high ground at top. I don't think they'll be able to get it, but they're going to probably try. They've got the creep wave, sort of. And in my experience, everybody tries. They don't have enough time, I don't think. I don't think they have the damage to get... Oh, wow, look at that. Maybe I was wrong. Souls do have... Oh, yeah, 36 souls. Never mind. They get the tower. What can I say? I'm bad at this game. They take the Rex. Here comes the response. Here's the team now. And Radiant get out intact. They did get the racks and the tower. which is going to be real bad times for Dire here, because now the momentum is against them for sure. And with that, of course, Radiant are going to look to switch to the middle high ground tower. That Shadow Fiend was real deep against the team there. I think he could be in real trouble. Nope, he's fine. Alright. I probably misread that situation. I think actually that the scouting party was the one who was in deep. I thought the rest of the team was there. I didn't see him. There's the Death Ward, takes on the Slardar. And wow, still applying so much damage. They're actually stuck there. She's melded. They know she's there. She blinks out. And that's one of the keys for that blink. You know, when I was talking about the escape. Oh no, not the courier. Being able to blink out of a meld is so big for her. Otherwise, she's stuck there while they just like go grab some vision and then kill her. Yeah. Tough spot. There's the GG, sort of. The half and half call. Nope, here's the full call. That's going to be a GG. So, pressure from the Radiant side, winning the game. I think just off of a couple of missteps, they were able to take a significant map advantage, break high ground, and force the pressure to rotate around the map. Well played, guys. Good game. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to join us on the WeLikeDota.reddit.com to not only join into the next community night, but also to look at joining the We Like Dota League tournament. That'll be... whoops. Sorry. That will be coming up soon. Yeah, hope to see you guys there. And, yeah. Have a good night. Good luck in your games. See you for the next.